Welcome back to another episode of Passion Pursuit. And I'm so delighted and happy to bring Dr. Partap Chauhan one more time on the next episode here. And we will be discussing Ayurveda at workplace and how we can become a better leader, how we can collaborate better, how we can be more empathetic, compassionate, and how we can enjoy peak health while succeeding in our career. With that, Dr. Pratap, welcome back to our episode one more
Thank
time.
you so much, and I'm so happy to be back again with you, and we'll discuss about Ayurveda.
Yes, thank you so much. And indeed, the last time we had a very good response from all our people who have been listening to us and watching our recording. Dr. Pratap, without taking much time, the first thing, one more time, what is Ayurveda? For a layman, when you say Ayurveda, means what?
Gee, see, so many people have misconception about this word Ayurveda. Most people, when they hear Ayurveda, either they think it is some herbs, some home remedies, or at the most these days, some massage, shirodhara, or panchakarma. But the simple meaning of the word is it's a knowledge about the human system.
Ji.
Ayurveda. Ayur is a combination of body, senses, mind, and soul. And it's the Veda of this human system. It's like a manual for the human system.
User manual.
User manual.
Right.
So anything, if you want to understand, if anything is not functioning to the fullest,
Ji.
for example, is something wrong with body or with the senses or with the mind, or even at the spiritual level, if you want to make a progress, then Ayurveda helps you.
Right.
It's a very, simple knowledge. I always say it's very simple, easy to practice, and very effective.
Sure.
So therefore, I always tell people that you must connect with Ayurveda. It will make you healthy, happy, peaceful, and full of love and joy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, in the same breath, in
Yeah.
a simplified way, you keep saying, and in all my conversation, you keep telling me there's an Ayurveda way of living.
Yes.
So, tell me, what is the Ayurveda way of working?
Ayurveda way of working or Ayurveda way of living, Ayurveda has some simple basic principles that whatever you do in your life, whether you are, in a corporate world, you are working, as a, team leader, or, you're a CEO of the company, do not forget the balance, Balance is very, very important. If you want to, even perform, good, you have good performance, good effective results, you need to maintain balance. And balance means, it's physical level, mental level, emotional level, social level, spiritual level. So that's how Ayurveda, has some very simple basic principles, and we can apply these principles anywhere, whether you are a working person or you're a housewife or you're, doing any kind of profession, you are a small child or you're an elderly retired person. Everybody can use these principles and, have a very healthy, happy and peaceful life.
Fantastic. So, we will, by the way, before we close this episode, we will talk about the physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual level of way of living and way of working at work. But right now, I'd like to shift my conversation with you, Dr. Pratap. If maximum number of books and research has happened on leadership,
Yes.
right? And in today's world, such a complex world, we are moving from the VUCA world to the Bani world, which is becoming faster and faster. Everything is moving so fast. So, keeping in mind the leaders of future, what is your take from an Ayurveda perspective? How Ayurveda way of working, living can produce and or can make us a better leader?
See, if you want to become a better leader, the most important thing is, first of all, you recognize what are your strengths, So in Ayurveda, we have very simple way of, distinguishing between different people.
Awesome.
One is like Vata type of people, Pitta type of people, Kapha type of people.
Okay.
So if you are a Vata leader, you will be like very creative, very
So
visionary.
Vata means what, Dr. Pratap?
Vata is air,
Air,
simple.
okay.
So you are very creative, visionary, fast moving. But you have to be careful. Being a Vata, you can be very scattered, You can have very easily, you can become anxious.
Okay.
So that's how you try to understand your own, it's called self-awareness, A Pitta leader is very strategic, very driven and very, focused. But at the same time, they can lose their temper. They can become very impatient. They can have also, irritable, if something goes wrong. So again, it's very important thing to know about your, your personality. It's like your personality, your nature.
Sure.
Kapha leaders, they will be like, very consistent, very stable. They're not in some kind of a fast, they have no urgency, they go little bit slow and steady.
Got it.
So this is how you can understand. Second thing, very important for a leader to have a very good decision making capability.
Ji.
For that, you need good brain. Brain means like your nervous system should be strong. So in Ayurveda, we have so many things that nourish your nervous system, starting from food and some recipes. Some herbs are there like ashwagandha, brahmi, sankapushpi. Then I think leadership also needs something that we call like a ethical, leadership we call
course.
it, or dharmic responsibilities you have.
Yes.
So in Ayurveda, we say dharma, artha, and karma.
Okay.
So you have to have, some ethics in your, leadership also. So this is where again Ayurveda can help, because Ayurveda talks about these subjects, and how you understand your responsibilities, your team, for example. If you want to build a nice team as a good leader, so you have to understand the nature of the team members and how they can work in harmony. For example, a Pitta person, you can give him some work which is like you want to, be very focused and very, strategic type of work. They will do it. They will enjoy it. A Kapha person, you can give them some desk work. They like to sit down and be sedentary.
Sure.
Vata, you can give something more creative, more innovative work to do.
Sure.
So again, Ayurveda can help you to be a great leader like that.
Sure.
So there are so many things in Ayurvedic principles that you can just translate them into your so-called corporate language and just have the benefit.
So that's a very interesting way, and I think there's a message, especially for the human resources leaders, that when you're recruiting your team, when you're building your team, the CEOs who are building their teams, it may be a good idea for us to look at the personality, the nature of the person that you're recruiting,
Very important.
and the nature of the job that you're going to give him. So
Yes.
you said,
for example, being a leader, if in my team I have some Kapha person, so normally Kapha people, they're very slow, relaxed, they're not in some kind of urgency. So the leader might think he's lazy. He's not lazy. He's Kapha.
He's Kapha.
Yeah.
So what you said is air,
Yeah.
Pit is fire.
Fire.
Okay. And
Kapha is earth.
Earth.
Yeah.
So it is the constitution of the body.
Yes,
the way
body
the
constitution, and your body constitution depends on the dominance of the elements, 5 elements. Body is made up of 5 elements. Like earth, water, fire, air, and space.
Right.
So your body has which element which is more dominant, that describes your prakriti, your nature, your constitution.
Right.
And similarly, your characteristics, your behavior, your habits, everything is like, it's like your genotype, it's like your genetics. So interestingly, now in Ayurveda they have also a very nice department. It's called Ayurgenomics, where they are doing some research like how the gene expressions of Vata people are, what are the gene expressions of Pitta people are.
Sure.
They're doing a lot of research like that, which means like the 5,000-year-old science is now being validated with modern scientific research here.
So coming back to, I think, again, when we are hiring people, we conduct so many psychometric tests. And I'm sure there's such an opportunity, a 5,000-year-old science that has been existing in India, the Ayurveda. So there's a way that we can look at Hogan, MBTI, OPQI psychometric test to be clubbed along with the constitution test of the body, right? And Dr. Pratap, अगर ये test कहीं करवाना है हमने, तो what is the way to find the...
It's very simple. There is a questionnaire. It's very commonly available on our Jiva website. It's also available.
All right.
I can provide you the link. It's ayurveda.jiva.com/VPK. VPK means Vata Pitta Kapha.
Sure.
So there is a simple questionnaire that will ask you some questions about your appetite, about your bowel movements, about your hobbies and your mental nature. And when you answer these questions, you get your prakriti.
You get the score and best.
Another thing is, which is if you want to go really like little bit more, then it's also good to maybe have a consultation with some Ayurvedic doctor. But mostly, once you know basic knowledge of what is Vata, what is Pitta, what is Kapha, you can figure out a lot of things. It's very interesting actually. Not only in the corporate, even in the family, in relations, is a big problems now. people are not getting along these days.
Yes.
And just simply because they're different nature, and nature cannot be changed.
Yeah, I think that's a very important point. And many times at workplace, we put people in the compartment. This guy is not competent. The competency may not be the issue; it's just the personality,
Yes.
the way he's inherited the body
Yeah.
at the time of taking a birth itself.
Or maybe he's in the wrong department.
He's in the in the wrong role.
Yes, wrong role.
Wrong role and
Yes.
a wrong function.
Yes.
Right.
If you change the role, you will see the same person will be performing very nicely.
Absolutely.
Because now this person is enjoying what he's doing because it's according to his nature or her nature.
Absolutely. So there's a great opportunity for all the leaders who are listening to this podcast to look at how to identify the personality type as per the Ayurveda, and then look at the complementary team that we want to create it all together. Dr. Pratap, that also calls for one more small thing. One of the things which is coming out now with the new generation coming, with so much of anxiety, stress coming up, we expect leaders to be more empathetic. We say empathy, compassion is a new buzzword.
Yeah.
So in Ayurveda, if I have to be more empathetic, I have to be more compassionate,
Yeah.
more creative. What is that I can do as a leader?
See, if you want to be empathetic, compassionate, and more, whatever creative, very important. These are all the properties of the mind. Your mind has to be calm and more relaxed, and more, but less agitated. Which the word is sattvic. So you have to have a sattvic mind. And for having sattvic mind, you need to make some smaller changes in your food. For example, you need to, maybe get rid of some of the junk food, processed food, chemicals, preservatives. Have more fresh, natural.
But Dr. Pratap, that's not possible.
It's very much possible.
You're in a corporate world, right?
If you want to be a very compassionate leader, very good leader. So I'm not saying that you change everything in your life. Eat more fruits, maybe some salad or some more vegetarian. That's how you can increase sattva. Drink fresh water, breathe fresh air.
But for rejuvenation,
Yeah.
we believe in having a lot of beer, wine. No corporate parties are without drinks. So how does one manage this real-time, practical situations? Doable होना चाहिए.
नहीं, doable बिल्कुल है, लेकिन first of all you have to understand what are you trying to achieve. Once you know that this is where I want to go, and then you have to find the path. You have to have a GPS to go there. So I'm not saying something which is not I'm not taking you from other route. Rather than the route that we are taking now, you look at the results. What's happening? Everybody is getting stress. Everybody is having like insomnia. They're not able to sleep. They have so much anxiety. That means that although I'm trying to achieve something, a state or a place, but I'm not happy there. I'm having stress. I'm having anxiety, which means that I have somehow taken a route which is not the right route.
Of course, so I'm sure the audience would like to know the right route.
Yeah.
What's the right route to get where we want to be? But before that, I'm sure audience would be equally curious to know that how do you define success in that case, Dr. Pratap? Because in what you're telling me, it is totally contrary to the way we define success today.
Yeah, but you can see again today success means that you have achieved some position in the company, or you have made X amount of money, or you have a nice luxurious car, or have some nice house. That's how people define success. We need to redefine success. Okay, all these things, we're not saying it's not a part of the success. This is also part of success.
Yes.
But at the same time, what are we actually looking to achieve finally? It's happiness. So if I'm not happy, and when I say happy, it's just not at the level of the mind. It's not only mental happiness, but also emotional stability, social relations. I have seen people who are so-called successful people, but they have miserable social life. Their relations are completely messed up. Especially divorces and all these kind are so common now. And at the level of the mind, that's when they take to alcohol. Because they are not peaceful, they are not happy. So they want to forget everything. They want to even forget their success, and then have a glass of beer or wine.
That's an interesting concept. So I'll come back to Dr. Pratap on that, and I'm sure.
See, when you are happy, you have a different kind of nasha.
Yes, yes, you have
And
a
then
different kind of a high that you
yeah,
experience.
you don't
right?
need any alcohol to.
Yeah, when you're happy, you don't feel hungry.
Yes.
You don't feel
And
stressed out. You
and
don't feel
especially
tired.
when you have very nice loving relations, both at workplace and in the family, which is very important.
Right.
Yeah.
So coming back to this very interesting topic of happiness, loving relationship, and I go back to the same thing to Dr. Pratap for all of you. So Dr. Pratap, the question comes is that how does one achieve this whole success in a more happier manner,
Simple way.
in a more healthy manner?
Hmm.
Because if you're happy, you're healthy. If you're healthy, you can enjoy the materialistic thing that you accumulated, right?
Yeah.
Including the money and the car and the big houses that we are living in.
Yeah.
So what's the way in Ayurveda
See,
for
the
this?
basic word is balance. We also talk of work-life balance and all that in the corporate world these days.
Right.
So the balance, where will the balance come from? What do you actually mean by balance? We are trying to balance work and life and work and family. It's not happening because there is an imbalance in the body itself.
Sure.
There's an imbalance in my mind. So how can an imbalanced person create balance outside? It's not possible.
Sure.
So first of all, you have to start from within, and it's not very complicated. Even if you follow a simple daily routine, you have some regular timings for sleeping, for waking up. Sleep is very important. For example, I think last time we spoke
yeah.
about sleep.
Yeah.
So good sleep, sound sleep will automatically rejuvenate you. Not only your body and your tissues or the cells, but also your mind. Sleep is the diet of the mind. And therefore, start with simple rituals in the daily morning. Wake up, drink some water, go to toilet, wash your senses, eyes, nose, ears. Very important. Senses are the main, components in this human system which connect us to the outer world. So if my senses are not clear, my senses are dirty, so then I'll have some kind of connection with the world which is not clear. And that will create mental unclarity or whatever you call, like mind will become foggy, and then my thoughts will become foggy, and everything will, based on what I'm thinking, is going to be distorted.
Right.
So therefore we have to have clean the senses, do some little bit of morning yoga, some pranayama for 15-20 minutes, even not big, some meditation. Start your day with some peace, some relaxation. Don't start your day with some stimulants, have a coffee in the morning, then turn on the TV and watch the phone. And, that's not the way to do it. Have some nice, peaceful breakfast. Even in the workplace, even if you can start every day what we call mindful eating, when you're eating your lunch, just be peaceful. Don't watch any screen. Don't look at your phone. Don't talk. Or during the day, after every couple of hours in the office, just for 2-3 minutes, stand up, do some stretching, or do some just little bit of deep breathing. This is going to make so much difference. I'm not telling you to completely turn around everything, which is not possible sometimes. We have so many things going on, and sometimes it's very difficult. And most important thing is that certain things in our life we cannot change. For example, you go to office and there is a traffic jam. What can you do about it?
Nothing.
Nothing. Or you go to the office and you know that there are going to be so many different kind of pressures. Something is going.
Different kind of people. You can't control your boss. You cannot control your
So the outer environment,
colleagues.
you cannot control. What you can control is your own inner environment. And if you can learn to do that, then I'm guaranteeing you that the outer environment will automatically become peaceful and more helpful, more cooperative.
So I'll come to that also. That's also another way to look at. And I go back to my question.
Yeah.
Say how to have that more happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the ways you're saying is focus on sleep.
Yes.
Focus on mindful eating.
Yes.
What you're eating. Don't start your day with any kind of agitation, newspapers, screen time.
Yeah.
And
Agitation of mind is not good.
Not good.
You have to also, if you technically want to understand what is happiness, happiness is like when your mind is more peaceful. Whenever your mind is agitated, you're not happy. Means you're agitated. You want something. Something is missing. Or even beyond that, if your mind is becoming completely blocked, You cannot think clearly. That is also unhappiness. So to enhance this so-called clarity of mind, which we in Ayurvedic terminology is what we call sattvic mind, simply, again, as I said, in the food, try to eat something more fresh, natural, organic, vegetarian, breathe,
Seasonal.
seasonal, of course. And most important, there are many things. Music is very important. If you're going to office and there is a traffic jam, so instead of becoming stressed and anxious,
We are doing conference call while going to work.
no, that's not good.
That's not good.
Workplace is workplace. Driving and you're driving, then focus on your driving.
Right.
You put some nice music. Aroma is very good in your office. Take some. You can have some essential oils. Put some. Just on the temple area and just massage it. Within few minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, your stress is gone.
Got it.
This is a very good technique. Don't drink cold things. Because cold things will increase more vata in the brain, and brain will become more anxious, more agitated. Drink something warm. Sip on to some nice herbal tea. This is what you have to do. You don't have to do so many things. And you see the difference. You will see that it will make a lot of difference.
You're saying you're challenging that this can be
Yes,
tried?
of course. I have done it with so many people.
Alright. So I'll come to that. That's an interesting challenge to accept.
Yeah.
How to keep the mind happy. But my question to Dr. Pratap is also, I think majority of us also, we confuse between brain and the mind.
Yes.
Right.
Brain is actually the working area for the mind. Like mind is something which is more like subtle.
It's a consciousness, is the awareness.
It's not awareness or consciousness. It's more subtle, which is located more in the heart area, and brain is the office of the mind, you can say. So brain is more like the functional part, and mind is more the emotional part. That's how you can easily
तो हम
understand.
माइंड को अपनी भाषा में मन भी कहते हैं.
Man, yes.
मन कैसा है हमारा? तो हम कहते हैं अगर मन खुश है
हाँ.
तो पूरा the whole world looks very happy.
Of course, because mind actually controls the whole body. When you will go a little bit more deeper, you will understand that we are literally minds.
Okay.
We are not the body.
So what's stopping us from going deeper? Let's go deep with Dr. Partap Chauhan and understand what is mind and why it is important for all of us at work life. If you have to succeed in life, if you have to achieve higher things in our professional life, overall in life, then how to work on the mind itself. So Dr. Pratap, let's go a little deep into the subject of mind.
See, first of all, you have to understand that most human beings, what they are doing, what they are behaving is because it's all driven by their mind. Body has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
So especially at workplace, why a certain person is reacting like that. You have to understand that it's coming from the mind. Brain is like a very outer part of it. So therefore, we have to understand a little bit of psychology.
Sure. Let's
And
go.
when we say psychology, there are 4 parts in the psychology. In the psyche, there are 4 parts. One is the mind, another is your intelligence, then is your ego, and the next one is what we call unconscious mind or chitta. So chitta, buddhi, ahankar और manas.
Sure.
ये 4 चीजें हैं. अंतःकरण चतुष्टय इसको बोलते हैं. यहाँ सारा गड़बड़ चल रहा है. We are actually, everything that we do physically is manifesting first there. So if I have some kind of a disturbance there, then outer you will be angry, you will be irritated, you will be stressed, you will not be happy. All those things what we see outer and the outer body is driven by this. So therefore in Ayurveda, we always talk more about this part. And to understand this, of course, we'll need another podcast for that. But very briefly, I can tell you that our subconscious mind, which is called chitta, this is what contains all the files, the programs that we have experienced in the past,
In the past life?
Past life, this life, whatever,
Okay.
So whatever, my mind desires, you cannot desire anything which you have not experienced.
Sure.
If you have never eaten something, the desire will not come. You may want to try something new. That's another thing. But the desire will not come because you have no experience of that.
So the desire comes from the chitta.
From the chitta.
From the subconsciousness.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's where we have to understand that I have so many samskars, so many traumas, so many bad experiences, even like, from my childhood, from my rest of my life, even from previous life. So those things which are actually driving my mind crazy all the time. So the mind will be, agitated either from these programs or something external. Something external you see and your mind becomes agitated to get it.
Right.
But there is a very important part in between, which is called your intelligence, your buddhi, which has the power to discriminate. Should I indulge in it or should I not indulge in it? You look at the traffic jam and you become very agitated. But if you use your buddhi, you can say, okay, I cannot do anything about it. Let me just be relaxed. Let me listen to some music. Still, you're going to reach the office in the same time. It's not that by becoming anxious or agitated, you will reach early.
Got it?
It's not under your control.
Understood.
So that's why the buddhi has to be used. And that's very, very important in every place, whether it is your office, whether it is your workplace or your family, or whenever you're dealing with people. That is what is called, when we talk of awareness, that is what it means, that your buddhi should be awake. You should be able to see. Don't react, act. Act means first see, analyze, and then see what action should I take. Should I take an action which will be destructive for me, or should I take an action which is constructive for me and for others? So this is how, at this level, there's a lot of coaching and training, and sometimes, we give some type of, one-on-one, sessions for the people. Because you have to also recognize what is that underlying samskar, that file, that program, which is bothering you.
So coming back to that, you said the subconscious mind and whatever is happening in our life, the way we respond and react is based on the experiences that we have stored in our subconscious mind. And you're saying use the intellect, buddhi, jo hame mili hai, the intellect that we got, we have to use that to analyze first, be aware, analyze, and then respond to situations. That's the way to handle
because if we don't use the buddhi, then we are like as good as animals.
So that's about the subconscious mind.
Yes.
Then you also spoke about ahankar.
Ahankar is just the...
Ahankar is ego, by the way, just to for all of you.
Yeah. And ego is just that part of me which helps me to understand that it gives me an identity, So that's not a very big problem. Most people think ahankar, of course, when you put the ahankar in a wrong place, it becomes a big problem.
Sure.
But originally, ahankar or ego is for my identity. But if you put the identity in this body, I am beautiful, I am rich, I am intelligent, I am the boss, then it creates a problem. Originally ahankar is related to the soul. I am soul. I am not this body. I am not really this mind.
I'm not this body, I'm not this mind, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So ahankar, literally when mind wants to do something, so the ahankar will support it. Suppose you want to eat a certain type of food. So the desire will come in the mind, maybe driven by the subconscious, or sometimes by external stimulus. You look at something outside and you have a desire. Then the ego will say, I want it. So that I part is the ego.
So the I part is call for action.
Yes.
Right?
And then the buddhi has to discriminate. Should I eat it or not? Should I go for it or not?
So what good for my health?
Yeah.
What good for my body?
Yeah.
That's where the intellect need to come.
But normally, if your mind is agitated, if you're looking at the phone, your mind is thinking something, then the buddhi doesn't work.
Of course.
So then you just take a wrong action.
Yeah, because that's also the ego comes in. Right?
Yes. Then you're taking a wrong action because mind is not peaceful.
Sure.
When mind is not peaceful, the buddhi cannot see what is black and white. So it will just do what the mind tells it to do.
So you spoke about subconsciousness, subconscious mind. You spoke about the ego. Ego means don't bring your position, role, your material success in your day-to-day thinking.
That's called your physical ego or material ego.
Material ego.
But our true ego is that I am my true existence, my true self is soul.
So ego has to be understood in the concept of that I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, but I'm a soul. and therefore remind yourself that I'm a soul and I'm born with certain amount of sanskar already that I've acquired from a previous life, this life.
Yeah, that's in the chitta.
In the
Soul itself has nothing to do with anything.
anything.
Soul is full of love, is full of light, is full of life.
Wow.
It gives us life, light, and love,
Awesome.
which we are all looking for actually. So once we actually realize that I am soul, your problem is finished. There's no more problem.
But it looks very
Because
it looks very simple, Doctor.
it's very simple, but you have to take step by step, slow.
Okay, so we'll come to
one
those.
step, one step, one step. You can reach there.
आते हैं उन स्टेप्स के ऊपर बिकॉज सब लोग जानना चाहते हैं कि वो स्टेप्स क्या हैं. तो यू स्पोक अबाउट अहंकार विच इज ईगो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड यू टॉक अबाउट इंटेलेक्ट वन मोर थिंग यू स्पोक
Manas, mind.
माइंड सो माइंड ईगो intellect and subconsciousness.
yes.
Right? Those are the four things you
Yes.
spoke about.
Man, buddhi, ahankar, and chit.
Man, buddhi, ahankar and chit. Fantastic. That's great. But tell me, Dr. Pratap, for a very, very simple way, what are the 3 or 4 things that the audience which is listening to you today, okay, 5 things maximum.
Okay.
5 things that any individual should do where I'm able to strike this balance that I'm seeking in life.
So, it's not very complicated. Anybody can start even from today or tomorrow, whenever you want. First important thing, according to Ayurveda, is try to understand yourself. Self-awareness is very, very important because each person is unique. And then accordingly, you design your food, your lifestyle, your, work, whatever you want to. But, apart from that, which applies to everybody, I can tell you basic things,
So, sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
Dr. Pratap. When you say self-awareness means
Yeah.
Vat, Pitta and Kapha ka
Yes,
awareness honi
at
chahiye.
least itna hona chahiye.
So, the first thing we have to do is to do a questionnaire and understand your pravati, your personality, your nature, as which part of the Vat, Pitta, Kapha is more dominating in your body.
Yes.
From there, everything starts. Okay?
Because this will help you to design your whole thing, what food, lifestyle, and even everything, your music, whatever, your hobbies. And the simple things, as you asked me, is if you make a regular routine in your life, it's very, very, effective. You stay grounded, you're not scattered all over the place. So waking up time, sleeping time, eating times, at least this much we can, at least try to be more disciplined about. Even if you are the most busiest person on the world, you should still find some fixed time, or at least, in a period of time, like from this time to this time, I'll have my lunch. And second thing that you can do, apart from regularity, is there's some morning rituals you can start. Like even if you start like simple, oil pulling exercise, you take some oil in your mouth and you just swish it around. It's such a nice, simple technique to clean your oral cavity, and oral cavity is the main place from where everything goes in.
All right.
And then the next thing, you can always try to find out some time for exercise, And when I say exercise, you don't have to do something very heavy, gymming and, running around and, exhausting yourself. Even if you do some simple stretching exercise, some breathing exercise, and meditation is very, very important. Then the next thing is, when you are eating food, in the food, make sure whatever you're eating, it should be nutritious, it should be easily digestible. This much I think we can all do it. It should be easily digestible.
How do you define easily digestible?
Means it should not be like too fried or too much, processed food, or maybe too much, sweets.
Too much non-veg?
Yeah, anything which is heavy to digest.
Okay.
Most people understand what is heavy to digest and what is easy to digest, because whatever we are eating, it has to be completely digested. If it is not digested, this is the biggest problem. This is going to create ama. And ama is the mama.
Ama is what? Ama is the mama.
Yeah.
That's
the mother of all problems.
Okay.
So it is a toxic.
What is ama, Dr. Pratap?
It is a toxic material which is created from undigested food.
Okay.
And today you will see so many problems people have because of indigestion. Bloating, gas, then fatty liver, and then IBS and constipation and hyperacidity. This is, everybody is now talking about gut health. If you want good gut health, just eat something simple, easily digestible, nutritious. Because we are eating food so that we get energy, and energy will come when you digest the food.
Sure.
So therefore you have to be very careful about whatever you're eating. So normally we say you are what you digest. People say you are what you eat. I say you are what you digest.
What you digest.
And then the last thing is very, very important, is that your breathing. You should learn to breathe properly. If you can learn to breathe deep, it's just a habit. Even when you're driving, deep breathing. Working on your computer in your office, deep breathing. Or whenever you are watching TV, maybe in your home, deep breathing. More oxygen, more peace in the brain, more relaxed mind, more happy mind. It's very simple.
Sure.
So that's how you can try to. And then if you want to add one more, I will say try to go to bed early and try to have a good, nice sleep. So these things, I think everybody can start practicing. I'm not telling you to do something very complicated.
So just to summarize for the audience, have a routine for everything. Your sleep time, wake up time,
Food
your
time.
eating time. Take out time for your exercise in the morning. Start with your rituals of oil pulling, you said, cleaning your senses, which is the eyes, nose, mouth, ear, that Dr. Pratap spoke about it, your hand hygiene that we're talking about it. Another one you said is eat fresh food.
Yes, fresh,
Yeah?
natural,
Fresh, natural food.
more nutritious food, which is
More
easily
nutrition-
digestible.
Easily digestible food.
Yeah.
Because you are what you're able to digest,
Yeah.
not what you're eating. Right? That's a new
And
learning.
when we say food, we're also talking about what you're watching,
What you're watching.
what you're listening. So try to have something more clean, clear, not something garbage.
Yeah.
So it's not about not eating junk food, also not watching junk.
Yeah. So what content you're consuming
Yes.
while eating food.
Not eating, otherwise also.
Otherwise also.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So it's not only about eating food, it's also the content that you're consuming to have a very peaceful mind. What we call the mind. अगर मन को खुश रखना है, तो मन को agitate नहीं करना. That's
Because whatever you're eating mentally, means through the senses, it has to be also digested.
Right.
कई बार बोलते हैं ना, ये हजम नहीं हुआ. So you have to digest that. If it is not digested at the mental level, then you will have mental ama.
right.
Like you have physical ama. So then you can have mental IBS, or mental diarrhea, which is like kind of like, OCD, obsession.
Right.
Or you can have mental constipation, which is depression. So, it's very simple. Once you understand the whole philosophy, then it's just you have to put it into practice. And I don't say that you can do it overnight. I'm always very easy. I tell people go on your own pace, but
Small steps you want.
at least take a step. Don't stay where you are, and don't go back into the negative. At least keep on moving, and you will reach there.
Sure.
This life is very interesting. It's a beautiful life that we have been given by God. So we should at least try to understand that the purpose is not to just go in the depression or anxiety or stress. Why should even animals don't have stress? So why should human beings have stress? We have intelligence. We should not have stress.
So I'm very curious to link it what you said, that you also added to saying, look, also add regular sleep timing. There's enough research been done that it's only while sleeping the body is repairing,
Yes.
right? And therefore every part of the organ repairs
Rejuvenates, detoxes.
in regular sleep timing, and especially when
not only that, your mind rejuvenates.
mind rejuvenates.
And of course, if you really want to go deep, when you are in deep sleep, that is when you are in your original existence position. That's when your soul. Deep sleep means you're disconnected from the outer world, from your bank balance, from your car, your house, your wife, children, disconnected. You don't remember them anymore. Right. You are disconnected from your body, you're disconnected from your mind, and you are just simply soul, beautiful soul. That's why everybody wants to sleep. Otherwise, the corporate people should not sleep because they're making more money.
Yes.
Why everybody wants to sleep? Because at least for some time in 24 hours, we all want to be soul. Without that, we cannot live. We will die. It's a torture.
Yeah.
It's a torture not to
So
sleep.
in Ayurveda, is there a cycle of the timing in which, at what time of the night the body goes into deep sleep cycle?
Yeah, normally, when you fall asleep, and then after a couple of hours that you're very into deep sleep, So, but Ayurveda says that normally if you're good health, your mind is also healthy, then you will fall asleep immediately. You'll go into deep sleep immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
So there's enough research on the rapid eye movement,
Yeah.
non-rapid eye movement sleep cycles. You can look at those in the YouTube channels that you can have more research for yourself. Coming back to the question, Dr. Pratap, that I'm very keen to know, and I'm sure all of you will be equally keen to know how to cope up with the stress. There's so much of an issue coming off of mental health issue, anxiety. It's also causing a lot of distress, depression. And I was talking to a few youngsters, and I was very surprised that they're taking a professional help. Nothing wrong in that. But why to create a situation where we have to take a professional help for our mental health? So, Dr. Pratap, for having a very strong mental and emotional health, what is that you suggest as an Ayurvedic practitioner for all of us?
Just connect with Ayurveda.
Okay.
Because Ayurveda is a knowledge about yourself.
Right.
See, in this world, people know so many things about the outer world. We don't know anything about ourselves.
Sure.
So why are we going to a psychotherapist or whatever, the mental
Psychologist, we are going for therapy.
Because what this guy is going to do is just going to tell you something about your mind is like this and your emotions are like that. But this is what everybody should know. This is my body, this is my mind, this is my emotions. It's like I think more than your body, mind. About your mobile phone, or everything about your computer. So why can't we spend some little time and know about our own self? This is very simple. Then you don't need to go anywhere. You will know what is your threshold limit. For the mind. What is your threshold limit for the emotions? Now we don't know, so we just get driven by what everybody is doing. If everybody is doing this, I also do this. So this is happening all the time, and then I can't cope up with this because it's not my nature. It's not it's like there is a car. Car is designed to carry a certain amount of weight. Then there is a truck. The truck can take more weight. So I am trying to be a truck. When I am a car.
Sure.
So then I'll have stress. It's very normal. So I have to understand my limits, my boundaries, my mental, my emotional, my social, everything I have to understand. And once you know that, it's like a game. It's like a play. You play your game and you happy.
That's a very interesting. That's a very interesting way to look at it. All of you know your mobile phone so well. All of you know the cars that are coming up new. Everybody knows about what's happening on the Netflix, on the OTT platform. Everybody knows where the concerts are happening. Everybody knows everything. But how much you know about your body?
No, even if you see, if I normally ask people, do you know where is the liver located? Many people don't know. And what is the function of liver? And if we come to mind, where is mind? What is mind? You have a mind, right?
Yes, of course.
But if I ask people what is mind, nobody, there's a blank, I don't know. Then they say, I have stress, I have anxiety. What is stress? It's in the mind. But you don't even know where is mind located. How does it work? What are the properties of mind? What are the qualities of mind? What is meant by a happy mind? What is meant by a stress mind? They even don't know. So that's when you go to an expert. An expert doesn't do anything, He takes your money and he just gives you a few things.
That's a very interesting way. I'm sure doctors are doing a good job like you. But tell me, Dr. Pratap, specifically, and this may be a little repetitive for all of us, but still one more time, to keep our mind happy, peaceful, joyful. आप एक वर्ड यूज करते हैं
Sattva.
सत आनंद
जी.
सत चित आनंद.
Yeah, that's related to the soul.
That's related to the soul. So let's talk about that also.
But
So mind and soul are connected?
No, mind is different, soul is different.
Okay.
But let's talk about mind as you're asking about
so
mind.
let's talk about mind.
So mind, first of all, as I said, you have to understand that a happy mind means a mind which is not agitated.
Okay.
A peaceful mind is a happy mind. Whenever you are next time happy, just see why you're happy. You're not happy because you got something. Of course, you got something or you achieved something. But the real thing why you're happy is because now your mind has no desire. Whether you bought a car or you got an increment or you achieved some position, you're very happy. You're throwing a party and trying to become unhappy again by drinking alcohol.
All right. So, क्या करना है mind के लिए? What is that we have to do?
So, basic simple thing is sattva guna. So, how do I increase sattva in my body? Through food. And food is, as I said, is not only what you're eating. So what you're watching, what you're hearing, what you're reading, what you're thinking, even the kind of people
The company that you're keeping,
company you're keeping, the association you're keeping,
the books you're reading.
the books you're reading, everything has to be more. It cannot be 100% sattvic in this world maybe, but let's 70-80% sattvic.
Sure.
So that will make you happy. I can guarantee you. Just try it for 1 month and you'll be very happy. Second thing is, of course, try to accept certain things. In this world, we know that there are certain things we cannot change. The outer environment we cannot change. If it is very hot outside, do we become stressed? No, because we have accepted. It's hot, so I drink something cool, or maybe I put on air conditioner, I put a fan. So I just try to protect myself from the outer condition.
Sure.
So this is something you have to always remember. Do not just be agitated by the outer environment, the people or the surroundings or the anything outside.
So what do we have to do to
Just accept it,
how do we accept
because
it?
certain things I
It's
cannot.
easy to say, Dr.
because I
Pratap.
cannot change it. It's what's if certain things like I gave you the example of the summer, or similarly winter. When winter comes, do we become agitated?
I got that. I got
Yeah,
that. So what is that I have to do to improve my acceptance level?
So just again, it comes to sattva. For mind, everything comes back to sattva.
Okay.
When you have more sattva, you will be able to see it, that it's not under my control. Why should I become agitated?
Sure.
Then the next thing is breathing. Breathing is very important. So most people have shallow breathing these days. They're breathing very shallow, so oxygen in the brain goes very less. So then you become agitated. So deep breathing and pranayam is very important, very, very effective. If you can do just some nadi shodhana, which is called alternate breathing, or Brahmari, the humming bee pranayama, or you can do some ujjayi, which is like making a little noise in the neck. All these pranayamas great for making your mind calm and relax. And finally, meditation is very important. Meditation, any kind of meditation you can start with. Of course, when you will become a more advanced student, then you will also go deeper into that meditation. But right now, just understand, try to sit quiet, meditate on your breath, meditate on some mantra,
Focus area.
or some light or whatever you like it. But later on maybe we'll also talk about how to meditate properly. Right now, I mean, if you like it, I have a very nice Jiva meditation which is available on YouTube. You can practice that.
So we'll share the link with everybody
Yeah.
on this podcast.
Yeah.
So you said to have a happy mind, we need to improve the sattva qualities of the mind.
Yes.
And for that, we have to focus on our food, what we are eating, what content we are consuming, what company we are keeping along with us, and meditation and deep breathing is what Dr. Pratap is talking
And
about.
also acceptance,
And accepting the way people and situations are, right? Because they have a different nature and I have a different nature. So one has to train the mind, and meditation,
See,
mantra chanting.
mostly what we're doing, we're trying to change others,
Right,
and we are always expecting others to change.
right.
But the truth is that I cannot change anybody.
Sure.
I can only change myself. So why don't you change yourself and be happy?
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. So those are the few things that you can do to improve the sattva guna of your mind. Dr. Pratap, we are at the fag end of this podcast right now. I'm also very keen. You spoke about physical health. You spoke about mental, emotional aspects of the body that we spoke about it today. How about the spiritual, the atma,
Ji.
the soul?
See, this is a very, very good question. Thank you. You asked me this question because, in reality, I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. We have spoken at length about body and mind, which I am not. So at least, it's good that you're asking about my true self. My true identity is I'm soul. And the whole purpose of this human life is to actually realize that. And I'm not saying that you have to leave everything, leave your job and leave your family and go to Himalayas. It's not necessary. It's just about understanding who I am. And once you know that, what is the benefit? What is the outcome? Why should I do that? Because the moment you realize I am soul, then the first thing you realize that I will never die.
Sure.
Very beautiful thing, because the fear of death is the biggest fear in this world. All fears ultimately connect to the fear of death, fear of losing this body. Second is, you will realize that I'll never become old. I will never become sick. I'm always full of love. Now people are searching love outside, and nobody is finding what is love. Love is the subject matter of the soul, actually. You can connect with another soul, and when you have a soul connection, that's why we call it soulmates, then you find true love, Or you can connect with super soul, which is
The
God,
Supreme God,
Supreme God. You can
the Supreme Light.
yeah, you can connect with, because that's the source. That's the source of all the souls, And because we are a very tiny part of that, so whatever properties we have, Sat Chitanand is also there, Sat Chitanand. So when you connect to your whole, you are satisfied, you are happy, you are full of joy, love, you name it, everything is there. So that's why, ultimately this whole Ayurveda system was created for that. So why do we want to become healthy? Once you become healthy, then you can at least think about these topics. When you are in the unhealthy body, your body is not well, your mind is not well, your emotions are not well, your social relations are, you'll not get a chance to even think what is soul and what is super soul, what is God. There's no chance of thinking. So the ultimate purpose of becoming healthy, which the word is swastha. Swastha means to be situated in your true self. So once you become situated in your true self, then you drive this car. It's like you sit in the cockpit of the plane, and then you fly your plane. Right now, I'm not sitting in the pilot's seat. I'm sitting somewhere outside. Most people are outside of this body. Most people are on Netflix or on Facebook or Instagram. They're not inside. And they're trying to drive this car from outside. It's like pushing the car.
Got it.
So that's the biggest problem that we have.
The question that I'd like to ask you before we close, what am I supposed to do? What should I do to keep this in mind all the time that I'm soul?
Just sit down and just meditate. I am soul. I am full of love. I am full of joy. I am full of light. Okay, just meditate on your heart.
Sure.
And just visualize the light and love there, and just expand it. Expand it into your heart, to your liver, to your kidneys, to your each and every cell of your body. Then you send it out. Send it out to your friends, to your family members, to whole world, all the animals, plants. This is what is Jiva meditation is all about.
Sure.
It's a very simple meditation. And you will love it so much.
So you're saying
5-10 minutes every day, you sit down, and then you'll see that your stress is gone, your sleep is better. I have done so much of work on this meditation. Your diseases will be also, gone, because ultimately soul has the healing power,
Yeah, there's a lot of research that has happened.
Yeah.
In India, the research has started happening in the medical science.
Yes.
Harvard Medical College has done research.
Yes, a lot of research.
And they have done the research on the impact of meditation, or the positive impact of meditation, which has a huge benefit in terms of the mental, emotional.
Yeah, but
health.
still, why do we have to only wait for the research?
Sure.
It's already mentioned in our Shastras. See, so many things in our Shastras are mentioned. For example, Dinacharya, it's a daily routine program. It has been described. Now somebody comes, a scientist comes, and he talks about circadian rhythm. And suddenly we remember, oh, this is our Dinacharya. Then somebody comes from Japan and he talks about autophagy. He gets a Nobel Prize on that. And then, oh, this is our fasting. This is this is all mentioned. This is part of our culture. So many researches have been done now. That neem, for example, or turmeric, or ginger. Ginger is anti-inflammatory. You spend so much money and to find out ginger is anti-inflammatory. It is written in Charak Samhita or Ayurvedic books that it is anti-inflammation. It reduces. So we should at least develop some kind of affinity towards our own classical knowledge that we have, what we call Vedic knowledge. We should look into it. Now the whole world is looking into it.
I get that, Dr. Pratap, just to, even at the cost of sounding repetitive. So for improving the qualities of, improving the awareness of I'm the soul, is a meditation, is a way of life.
Meditation.
Anything else that you suggest?
I think start with this. Then you will see a lot of other, interesting realizations will come. This is the beginning. This is not the end. So first, if I may brief up, the whole thing. The whole purpose of health is to reach here.
Sure.
That I am soul. And interestingly, this is not the end. This is the beginning. Then you move into another sphere of life, which is so-called the spiritual realization, the spiritual world, which does not mean that you leave this world or you leave this body. You experience everything through the same body, same mind, same emotions. But now you have turned them around, From the material, attention, you were focusing so much on the material. Now the attention goes into spiritual. You'll still be continuing to do your job, but you'll be full of joy. You'll be relaxed. You'll be happy. And that's the solution for the corporate world.
So you can be extremely successful in the corporate life,
Yeah.
and you can become happy, healthy,
Joyful,
and joyful,
full of love.
full of love. But just the last question, and I want you to summarize this for us. So, at work life, if you have to become a successful leader, you mentioned about understanding your own self. So I don't want to summarize this for the audience. I'll request Dr. Pratap to summarize that how we can experience peak health so that our energy remains high throughout our work life and beyond work life, and we remain very happy, healthy, and joyful. So, Dr. Pratap, if I have to invite you to summarize this for all of us one more time.
Simple thing, morning rituals. I talked about it. Try to just give at least half an hour to your morning rituals. You do a little bit of yoga, pranayam, breathing, meditation, some stretching. On the job, keep sipping up something warm. Best is cumin, coriander, fennel. This is CCFT is called. So you make it in morning and take it in a thermos. Then mindful lunch, very important. Even in the workplace, I am suggesting these days people have some like this vata zone, pitta zone, pods. So if you are a vata person, too much hyper, just 5 minutes, go to the vata area and just be more grounded there, Have a cooling zone for the pitta people because they're too much fired up, And for the kapha people, you can have something stimulation. Maybe they can drink something more stimulating. They're always very relaxed, laid back. So this is what you can at the workplace make small changes. Food is very important. In the cafeterias, if you have in the workplace, try to get more sattvic, recipes. It's not a big deal. In India, we have so many recipes, so much variety all over India. Very nice food. In India is a food culture, is very rich. So this is what you can do. And then don't forget to take breaks, in between, like, what we call like at least after every couple of hours, 5 minutes of stretching, breathe a little bit, do some little bit of alternate breathing. And finally, very, very important is what we call the sattvic environment, sattvic communication. Try to look at the other person also as he's also a human being,
He's a soul.
He's a soul. So your colleague, your partner, or whatever, teammate, and try to be a little bit compassionate, have some empathy. I think this is going to make your life beautiful. Avoid, too much caffeine, coffee, alcohol, smoking. This is completely not good for your any kind of health, physical, mental, emotional. And very important, because the whole day in the office you are anyway having too much stress, which is again something which you cannot avoid, so much is happening. So when you go home, at least 5 minutes shavasana, 5 minutes only. In 5 minutes you will see your mind will be totally calm. Then if you have another minutes, little bit of head massage with some oil, and take a nice shower. In 15 minutes you are completely relaxed, and now spend good time with your family, with your children, with your partner. Maybe cook something together, eat together, put your phones away, don't work from home, don't attend Zoom meetings from there. At least couple of hours.
Have a routine, dincharya.
At least couple of hours, give to your family. So that will keep your mind relaxed. Your emotionally you will be nourished, and of course spiritually you will be also very happy.
Outstanding, Dr. Pratap. All I can say is a lot of gratitude to Dr. Pratap. And I only wish, Dr. Pratap, that we have many more Dr. Prataps in this world, and this world will become much more beautiful. But thank you for sharing all the knowledge today.
Thank you very much
that
for
you shared with
inviting me
us.
once
And
again.
No, thank you so much. So wonderful around it. And there's so many takeaways. We look forward to the next opportunity, as and when we get to have Dr. Pratap one more time with us. In the meantime, stay happy, stay healthy, joyful, and Sat Chit Anand. Thank you so much.